Everything that can save your life can also kill you. It's all about timing and moderation. Ask yourself if it's the right time and is it the right amount before you allow it in your life.
BTSW.
Okay, so changing in backgrounds. As you can see, I like to keep it interesting, I'd say. But nevertheless, let's not get distracted. Back to the quote. So, with this one, it's a bit on the nose, I would say. It goes straight, like drives straight at the point. I don't think it's straightforward. This is just my opinion. I don't think it's straightforward per se. But when it comes to timing and moderation, people suck. Like, even the ones with sense. Sometimes, even me, a lot of times, I suck when it comes to timing and moderation, because you want to do things when you want to do it, and you want to do it for as long as you want to do it. But very rarely do we as humans take into consideration, does this thing actually help me? Does it serve a purpose in my life? Am I doing it just because I want to, just because it feels good? And is this the right time to actually do it? You know, as the Bible says, there's a time and place for everything under the sun. You know, and in the shade because the sun is getting hot. Because what you have to understand is, for example, going to the beach. Now, I'm not back in the islands right now as I record this video, but when I used to live in the islands, I used to love going to the beach every day, all day. But although it is rare, sunburn is also a thing in black people, for those of you who didn't know. So if I stay on the beach a little too long, then I'm gonna get sunburn, and it's going to make my skin peel and change color, and the pigment will be all off balance, and you know, just like everyone else who is not black. It happens to black people too. You know, the sun don't favor anybody more than the other person. It's just that we react differently. And that just goes for everything else in life. Just because it might not have an immediate effect right there and then, as you are spending too much time on it, or you are spending too much time doing it over and over, moderation, that doesn't necessarily mean that you should be doing it as much as you are doing it. So with everything that you decide to involve yourself in, this is my advice to you who are watching. You should always think about if this is the right time to make this move, to do this thing, and how often and how much of it do you plan to do. When you find that sweet spot for timing and moderation, then it could be a beautiful thing, just like everything else. But too much of anything, even if it's a good thing, as everyone already knows, too much of anything is a bad thing. And you don't want to end up spending too much time and doing the same bad thing too often, because that might just end up badly. This is just my opinion. If you want, you can take this advice on, or you can decide to not. However, for those of you who feel like I'm making sense, I'll leave it general. You decide what it is that you might not be doing enough of or be doing too much of, and if it is the right time to do or allow yourself to be involved in whatever it is that you are allowing yourself to be involved in and doing at this present moment in time. So if you want, because we have free will, if you want, you can think on these things, decide for yourself, and hopefully when you do find that sweet spot between timing and moderation, your life will ultimately get better. And you can apply this timing and moderation principle to every one of my other videos. You don't have to take advice from anyone all the time. You don't have to take all the advice. You don't have to take all of my advice. You don't have to watch all of my videos. I appreciate those of you that do, but you don't have to. It's all about timing and moderation. I want this video to be the most important video. I'm going to make reference to it in the future, but I want this video to be the most important video, because between timing and moderation, therein lies what we as humans worldwide accept as right and wrong. And the sweet spot in between those two is timing and moderation. So when you find those two, the balance between those two, your life should improve significantly.